Imagine, you're standing in a quiet field, the sun beats down, the wind whispers, but beneath your feet, secrets. Stories of people who lived, loved, and struggled. Long before skyscrapers pierced the American sky, archaeologists are like time detectives. They gently brush away the layers of centuries, searching for clues left behind. Think about it. A tiny, chipped arrowhead. Not just a stone, right? It's a testament to human ingenuity, a story of survival, of hunting for a family, or ancient pottery, its patterns telling tales. Tales of culture, art, and daily life. These aren't just objects, they are whispers. Whispers from a past we can barely imagine. A past that shaped the very land we walk on today. U.S. archaeology uncovers these vital echoes. Consider the sheer scale of time. Humans have been on this continent for millennia, tens of thousands of years. Written history? That only covers a tiny fraction. So how do we know about the rest? Archaeology. It fills in the vast, silent chapters. So, we agree archaeology is important, right? It tells us who we were, how we got here. But here's the cosmic kicker. It's in trouble, big trouble. One of the main villains? Money, or the lack of it. Funding for archaeological research is shrinking, like a distant galaxy fading from view. Government grants are harder to get. Budgets for cultural preservation are being slashed. It's a slow-motion crisis for our past. Think about what this means. Fewer expeditions can be launched. Important sites might never be investigated. Imagine a library. Now imagine someone slowly taking books off the shelves and not replacing them. That's what's happening to our historical record. The unwritten record buried in the earth. This isn't just about saving old stuff. It's about losing knowledge, forever. Our past shapes our present and our future. The stories being lost are part of America's identity. The funding crisis has a ripple effect, a cosmic chain reaction, if you will. It hits universities, hard. Archaeology programs are shrinking, some are even closing. Fewer students are choosing this path. Can you blame them? The job prospects look dimmer. The support systems are weaker. Who will be the next generation of time detectives? Who will guard the gates to our ancient past? It's not just digging holes, it's science. It's history. It's anthropology. It's learning to read the subtle language of the earth, to analyze artifacts with meticulous care, to piece together complex human stories. This expertise takes years to develop. If we don't train new archaeologists now, we'll face a knowledge gap in the future. Fewer programs mean less research. University-led digs are vital. They push the boundaries of what we know. Beyond funding, beyond shrinking university programs, there's another challenge. A complex web. The legal landscape for archaeology is tricky, full of regulations, permits, and sometimes conflicts. Now, many laws are there for good reasons. To protect sites, to ensure respectful treatment. The National Historic Preservation Act, for example. It's a cornerstone. It mandates consideration of historic sites when federal projects are planned. But navigating these laws can be a universe of paperwork. Sometimes these legal frameworks can inadvertently slow down or complicate research, especially for smaller projects or independent researchers. The cost of compliance can be high. The time frames can be long. It's a balancing act, you see, protecting heritage while enabling its study. And then there are the disputes. Land ownership can be complex. Who has the right to excavate? Section 5. More than just dirt, why old bones and broken pots matter. So, why all this fuss about old stuff? Why should we care about archaeology? Because it's about us. All of us. It's about understanding the human journey, here on this piece of the planet we call America. History books often start with European arrival, but that's like starting a movie in the final act. What about the thousands of years before? The diverse cultures, the innovations, the societies? Archaeology gives voice to those silent millennia. Think about the American landscape. It's not just mountains and rivers, it's a storybook written in earth and stone. Archaeology helps us read that story, to understand how people adapted to different environments, how they built communities, how they interacted. From the earliest Paleo-Indians hunting mammoths to the complex agricultural societies that followed, these aren't just quaint tales. They are lessons in resilience, adaptation, and change. Cosmic lessons, really, about how species survive. Archaeology also challenges our perspectives. It can reveal uncomfortable truths about conflict, about displacement, about colonialism. Section 6, racing against the bulldozer, development versus deep history. There's a constant tension, a cosmic tug-of-war between progress and preservation, new roads, new buildings, new pipelines. Our modern world is always expanding, but what lies in the path of that expansion? Often it's archaeological sites, untouched fragments of the past, hidden just beneath the surface. Once a bulldozer moves in, that history is gone, obliterated, silenced forever. This is where cultural resource management, or CRM, comes in. It's a whole field of archaeology, dedicated to dealing with this very issue. Laws often require archaeological surveys before development projects can proceed, if significant sites are found. Efforts are made to excavate and record them, or sometimes to alter project plans to avoid them. It's a race against time, quite literally, trying to save history before it's paved over. But CRM archaeology faces its own challenges. The funding often comes from the developers themselves, which can create pressures. Section 7. Sacred ground, modern battles, the fight for Native American heritage. Now let's talk about something deeply important, and often, deeply painful. Many of the most significant archaeological sites in the U.S. are connected to Native American history. These aren't just places of scientific interest, they are ancestral lands, burial grounds, sacred sites. For indigenous communities, these places are alive with meaning. They are a direct link to their ancestors. And for too long, their voices were not heard. Their wishes were not respected in archaeology. The Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act, NAGPRA, passed in 1990. This was a landmark piece of legislation. It addresses the return of human remains, funerary objects, sacred objects, and objects of cultural patrimony to lineal descendants and culturally affiliated tribes. It also requires consultation with tribes when archaeological investigations encounter Native American burials or are planned on tribal or federal lands. This law fundamentally changed American archaeology. It was a universe shifting for the discipline. But NAGPRA hasn't been a simple fix. Section 8. Digital shovels and ancient DNA technologies, ray of hope. Alright, we've seen the challenges, they're significant. Funding cuts, shrinking programs, legal tangles. It might seem like a bleak picture for U.S. archaeology, like staring into a cosmic void. But hold on, there's hope. And a lot of it comes from a place we all know and love: technology, science, innovation. New tools are revolutionizing how we find and how we understand the past, without even disturbing the ground sometimes. Think about LiDAR, light detection and ranging. It's like giving archaeologists X-ray vision for landscapes, from an airplane or a drone. LiDAR can strip away vegetation digitally, revealing hidden structures, ancient roads, entire settlements, things invisible to the naked eye. Then there's ground-penetrating radar, GPR. It sends signals into the earth and reads the echoes to map what's buried, finding hearths, walls, or even graves before a single shovel touches the soil. It's archaeology gone high-tech, and it's thrilling. And what about the artifacts themselves? Section 9. Whispers of the ancestors, indigenous voices reshaping the past. Perhaps the most profound shift, the most hopeful star on the archaeological horizon is the growing role of indigenous peoples themselves. For too long, archaeology was done them, rarely them or them. That's changing, and it's about cosmic time. Indigenous scholars, community members, and tribal historic preservation officers are increasingly taking the lead in researching and protecting their own heritage. They are bringing their unique perspectives, their traditional knowledge, their cultural values, to the study of the past. This isn't just about inclusivity, it's about better science, better understanding. Indigenous knowledge systems often hold vital clues about ancient environments, land use, and oral traditions that can complement and enrich archaeological findings. When archaeologists and indigenous communities collaborate as true partners, the result is a much richer, more nuanced picture of the past, one that respects ancestral connections and acknowledges the continuity of culture. It's like adding new instruments to an orchestra.